Hello and welcome to another episode of the Never Worries podcast. I'm your host, Tom Brown, joined as always by my brother Jack on a somber day here as the Red Sox have been eliminated from the playoffs. Something we were both a little worried about going in, but we had a little faith that the Red Sox success against the Yankees would roll into the playoffs, which at the beginning of the series it did until it fell apart, Jack.
Well, they had a Garrett Crochet day. Garrett Crochet proved if he's not the best pitcher in the major leagues, well, he's damn sure up there. Aaron Judge certainly thinks so. Um, but Tom, in spite of, well, I shouldn't say in spite, despite Garrett Crochet's great performance in game one, the Bats kind of finished the season where they finished the season, asleep, dormant, not there, with the exception of Masataka Yoshida, who, I mean, I don't know if that's just the way he is. He's a super clutch performer. He was hot all throughout the last couple of weeks of the season, and he was the only one who continued to get hits in the playoffs, maybe with the exception of Trevor Story, but. Yeah, it was tough to watch. That was yesterday's game, last night's game where they got eliminated. Uh, you can take it two ways. It was either the ascension of Cam Schlittler as one of the best young pitchers in baseball, or it was a serious roster building expose on how the Red Sox don't have enough offense to win a playoff series.
So I'm going to tend to think it's the latter, that the lineup, the first thing I have written down was the lineup caught up to them, and we everyone saw the lineup for game one. And I know that it was a lefty, it was Max Fried, and I know game two was a lefty, it was Carlos Rodon. And they've done this all year where they lead off Refsnyder, uh, Romy Gonzalez plays, but that's fine to put those two guys in, be like, we have a different lineup when it's a lefty. But we're talking Nick Eaton here. We're talking
Nate Eaton.
Nate Eaton. Okay, Nate Eaton also. Um, Nate Eaton.
Nick
It's just
Sogard.
Nick Sogard. That's where it is. That's the issue. If you're adding a right field, if you're taking Wilyer Abreu out, who looks like he could have benefited from about a week in AAA before playing again. He struggled coming back from his
Well, I
injury,
think
but
that's not. I think AAA was over. I don't
it
think that's
was,
his
it
fault.
was.
Yeah.
And you just had to be like, we have to get him in because he's an effective player. But if that's just your lineup against a lefty, that's fine. And as soon as the righty comes in, you sub him out, which worked in game one. The problem is Nick and Nate, they continued to play. They still played. Didn't Sogard still play in game three? Wasn't he the second baseman?
No, Romy Gonzalez was the second baseman, and
Oh,
Nate
okay. So
Lowe.
Romy Gonzalez still played. I'm just saying every other team in the playoffs is replacing two guys, and then their lineup is the same. I guess unless did Goldschmidt not start game three?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think he did because they said
Ben
Goldschmidt's
Rice.
now
No,
at
Ben
first
Rice played
base.
first. Ben Rice played first.
I'm sorry, the Red Sox started a lefty. I will never understand Aaron Boone. Um, but the the drop off and drop off from the top end guys, and if Alex Bregman is slumping, if Jarren Duran is having a terrible series, then you're talking about one or two guys. And Massa didn't even start game one. So it's just they relied too much on a 21-year-old rookie who got
Who?
hurt.
Oh, Roman
Roman
Anthony. Yeah,
Anthony.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
They relied too much. They were like, let's trade Devers because we have Anthony. Okay, well, Anthony got hurt. Now you're fucked. You didn't upgrade your lineup at the deadline.
They will tell you they did. Nate Lowe coming in and
But that was
playing first
after the
base.
deadline. That was
Oh
he
yeah, that
got
was like
waived.
yeah, that's true.
And he was terrible after his good first week with the team.
Yeah, he made a I mean again, the game went from 2-0 to 4-0 because of a one hopper double play that bounced off his glove and into right field.
At least you can go home and get the out at home there because it was hard hit.
Well, I mean, he could have thrown. He was moving towards second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he could. That could have been a 3-6-1 double play.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. And I mean, if we want to break down the whole series and how they look defensively, our biggest complaint of the last 3 years bit him in the ass when it absolutely could not bite him in the ass. There's two things I want to point out from game two, and then obviously the horrible sloppy defense that really kind of cost Connolly early a great start is in game two, Jarren Duran seemingly dove when he didn't have to dive for a ball that bounced off his glove, where he could
Yeah.
have made a running catch. And
And
then
can I just speak on that real quick?
Mhm.
That was something you can please go back and listen to the podcast the whole season. If I mention Jarren Duran, that's usually followed by can't catch fly balls. Um, Obviously he can catch fly balls, but he drops a fly ball for a major league starting outfielder too often.
Mhm.
And part of that, part of what you were saying is when he came in, he had that bad miss. He couldn't see the ball, didn't chase after it. It was a big deal. Inside the park home run. He still doesn't read the ball off the bat well, ever. And that's what
No.
cost him against Judge.
Yeah, and again, it wasn't a hard hit ball. Like it wasn't this crazy line drive.
Yeah.
Like remember in 2018 when Benintendi made that sliding catch to end the game against Houston?
Against Bregman.
It wasn't that. It
No.
wasn't that far away from his body, and he dropped the ball because he was trying to brace his fall, where he didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
All right, so I digress. I'm not sure they even scored a run off that, but that was a gaff, right? And then the one where Jazz came around from first and tied the game, right
Yeah.
before that, the announcers said this. Carlos Narvaez struck out, and it wasn't great, and he threw his bat. It hit Nate Eaton. Nate Eaton is on the on deck circle. He gets hit by a bat. The announcers then say Cora pointed at an athletic trainer, and Nate Eaton ignored him and ran out to right field. He was first up to bat when they know David Bednar is coming in to close the game.
He was the closer.
At that
I
point,
don't.
at that
Go ahead.
point they had just scored, so they were up one. Bednar's in. I don't even think a lefty was warming up. Why don't you make the defensive substitution for the reigning Gold Glove winner in right field at that time when you know he's going to bat the next inning? If you're
That,
trying to play 3D chess with Aaron Boone and be like, I'm
not
going
that
to keep him out
hard.
there so he doesn't make the move yet, like Boone's not thinking of that. Boone's thinking of get this ball to Bednar so he can close the game.
He's our closer.
Willier has a better arm than Nate Eaton. He's a better fielder. He has a Gold Glove in right field. Like you wonder if that play goes differently, if he takes a different path, if he can tell that that's going to hit the wall and die. Like that there you can say it as Nate Eaton did all he could do. He did make a good bare hand play. He made a strong throw. But why not make the move right then to bring your best outfielder besides Rafaela into the game?
Yeah. Um. Plus, I don't know. The only thing is maybe they do try and go with Tim Hill if you do that because it would have gone Eaton, Duran, Rafael Sogard. But still, you deal with that when you get to it. And at the beginning of the season, you were pretty adamant you're going to give Wilyer Abreu a chance against lefties. Like, I
Yeah,
think, I think
I-
I think like the managers have gone a little too far with lefty lefty.
I don't even want to hear it, Tom. The way Cora manages his lineup dynamically every day drives me crazy and has since 2018. In 2018, he gets credit for rolling out the best Red Sox lineup in Red Sox history. Like that's it. He just had to do 1 through 9 there. There weren't changes that need to be made. And now, because he doesn't have the talent, it's just it seems like he's trying to overmanage these situations. In the first game, it worked out, right? Massa came in, or the second they took out Max Fried, he put in his lefties and they started to produce. Like,
And if I may, that was more what the fuck are you doing, Aaron Boone?
yeah, that was if they had found a way to pull out game two, which when they lost game two is when it really started, the bad feelings started to sleep or seep into my mind. Um, but if they had found a way to win game two, there's I'm almost certain Aaron Boone would have been fired from his job today.
Yeah, the problem is his BFF is the general manager. Him and Brian Cashman are boys, so but it doesn't matter. And you know what? We might get to this later. I would confidently pick the Yankees to win the World Series if they had Garrett Cole. Now I'm not as confident but if they had Cole, Fried, Rodon, forget about it. I wouldn't. They probably wouldn't even been in the series because Cole's good for what, 10 additional wins.
Around
They
there.
would have been they would have been
Sub
a good
three
team.
ERA. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um, I mean, Tom, if Cam Schlittler is your third starter and goes 8 innings and strikes out 12, you don't need Garrett Cole. And if they pitch like they did, and I mean across the board, because Fried was good, Rodon was good, and Schlittler was amazing, they're going to make the World Series and they may even win it. This is the best their rotation has been set up in a long time.
yes, my only thing with that is the lineups that they will see the rest of the season, rest of the playoffs are longer than the Red Sox. And if you get through the Blue Jays pitching, chances are you're facing the Mariners pitching. So I think they faced the worst team in the American League playoffs. Oh, didn't hear you. Your lip said that's fair, but I can't hear you right now. So I will vamp. So the second game, we've danced around, but the second game of the season or the series, you touched on it. Alex Cora managed the way he was like, if we lose this game, we lose the series. He used 7 pitchers. They threw something like 130 pitches, the 7 relievers, or 7 pitchers total. He took Bayo out 28 pitches in the third inning, but you saw it. Everyone saw it. It was like, yeah, probably the right time. Got him out of there. The Yankees didn't score, and I was thinking, holy shit, he might bullpen day this to a win in a series win.
Yeah. I just don't know that he had the pieces to manage like that.
Yeah, I would say in that
Especially
second game,
like having to turn to Connolly early in a go home game and just be
I
like, you got it, kid. Like that's poor roster building. And granted, Giolito got hurt late, but man, that's that guy's MO.
right. No, what I'm saying is in game 2, it had a feeling of he was managing game 2 because he knew game 3 was not going to be a pretty situation. And you know, it's tough. Garrett Whitlock walks one guy, and it just so happens to be the fastest guy on the Yankees. who can score from first on a bloop over the first baseman's head. Um, so touch. All right, we don't have to mourn that series anymore. We both had happy thoughts. They were diminished a little bit when Giolito was announced he wasn't going to be available. Uh, and then you looked at the lineup and you said, "This is the Boston Red Sox in the playoffs. What is this?" So, oh, can I have one more gripe before we get into like kind of the roster? And I want to do sort of exit interviews for the four teams that were eliminated. Trevor Story had a good year. We didn't think it was going to happen. He hit a home run in the playoffs. And Carl Ravitch said, Trevor Story's storybook season continues. He hit like 260 with 22 homers. This Cal Raleigh had a storybook season. You know?
I do know, Tom, but I gotta let you know that audio wise, I think my microphone has just perished.
Okay, well, we still hear you. It's just a little
Yeah, well, that's because I just
echoey.
went to my AirPods.
So sorry, everyone's ears out there. You're
Yeah,
gonna have
sorry for
this.
all you audio files out there. You're
You're
gonna
gonna
have
have
to
this.
grin and bear it on this one.
You're gonna have the velvet voice of me, and then echoey Eric over there. So, but do you get what I'm saying? Why can we tone it down a little bit about the storybook season?
For a while in August, it was even discussed in our baseball chat that he's going to get MVP votes. Then September happened, and him and the whole roster pretty much cooled off, with the exception of Yoshida. The storybook season for Trevor Story is that he stayed healthy the whole year. Like he can be a producing member of a team if that's the storybook. But yeah, the only one who had a storybook season on the Red Sox was Roman Anthony getting called up and becoming one of the best hitters in baseball almost immediately. Or Garrett Crochet going from the
Crochet
White Sox to the playoffs.
or
Um,
or Chapman regaining his 2011 13 status.
yeah, which by the way, I don't know that we'll see that again from him or the back half of the bullpen. But yeah, I agree. I think it was mid. Like it was good for the Red Sox to lead the Red Sox, and he is a clubhouse leader there, which is great, but not even close to fulfilling the giant contract they paid him when they chose him over Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah, and I mean I'm looking at this now, and listen, if you disagree with me, that's fine. He played 157 games. No one expected that.
Nope.
He missed 5 games. That's incrable. I'm not
Those are day
diminishing
off
that.
games too. Those aren't even, he's not missing those games. Those are
Right,
days off.
right. Scheduled days off. Great. He had a WRC plus of 101. That's league average. His WAR was
Mm-hmm.
3. He stole 31 bases in 32 tries. Fantastic. He had 6 errors in September. He had 6 errors on pretty routine plays. I I couldn't believe that season happened. But storybook seems a little much.
I
All
mean, a
right.
lot of it could be just the pun too, Tom.
Yeah, sure. Well, your mic's back. All
Yep.
right. So let's go through some stuff here. I think you and I both don't think they need a second reliable starter.
I agree. I think, and just to play devil's advocate, I will say that if you're in the front office of the Boston Red Sox this morning, Lucas Giolito is your day two starter, and they think that way.
He has a mutual option, so Lucas Giolito has to say, yes, I want to come back.
Sure, but as of right now, that would be who they consider the starter.
Now, may I Counterpoint. Can I embrace debate here? I use the word reliable, and he is always hurt.
Okay, but I'm playing devil's advocate. Craig Breslow is going to consider the 25 to 30 starts he made this year reliable.
Well, I'm going to disagree with him.
That's fine. But I agree with you. You know what I think they need? A reliable 2 and 3 starter. And if 4 and 5 are going to be some combination of Giolito, Tolley, Early, and Bayo, that's fine. You need to bring another pitcher in.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. Because you look at these teams that are set up in the playoffs. What are the Blue Jays will go Kevin Gausman and then Shane Bieber. And then if they need to, Barrios got moved to the bullpen at the end of the year. So I don't know. I don't know if they've announced here. Let me look. So just to you got Freddie Peralta. The Cubs haven't announced theirs because they just won yesterday. Shohei Ohtani, Christopher Sanchez, Tarek Skubal, which we know about him. Max Fried's going to pitch. Kevin Gausman's going to pitch. Those aren't up, but I just know they are. And then the Mariners can choose between Logan Gilbert, Luis Castillo, George Kirby, and Brian Wu. That's insane.
Yep, they're good.
And then the second pitcher for the Phillies can be Aaron Nola, and they lost their best pitcher, by the way.
Yep.
They lost Zach Wheeler. It's just the roster thing, the depth, the malleability they always want. Sometimes having 2 solid guys at the top of your rotation is the first step into making a deep playoff run.
Yeah.
I mean, Shohei Ohtani, Blake Snell. Who pitched game 1? Did Glasnow's back?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So
I mean, the fact that Shohei Ohtani is starting game 1 of the NLDS is, again, you can't say enough about this person and the fact that we get to watch him play baseball. But it's just, it's to the highest
Philly,
level
so
that
that
it
game
can be
starts
done.
at motherfucking 6:30 on Saturday.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
That is real nice. But yeah, I think I can't wait. I'm obviously bummed, but for the most part, the matchups are cool. I like the matchups, with the exception of watching the Yankees play more baseball.
I forgot to mention that the guy that started game 2 for the Dodgers was Yamamoto. So they're set.
Yeah. And the bullpen, do you know that I saw a stat from Molly Knight on Blue Sky? She's a beat writer for the Dodgers.
Sure.
That oh gosh, Tanner Scott is responsible himself for 5 wins not attributed to Yamamoto. That's how bad the Dodgers bullpen has been.
Yeah, and Tanner is a big problem himself. I wanted the Red Sox to get him, but he had a bad year. All right.
Yeah.
One thing I was griping about last night, and I'll continue to gripe about all offseason, the Red Sox, a Boston Red Sox hitter didn't hit 30 home runs. They had a guy capable of it. And Wilyer Abreu could have been close, but he got hurt a lot. He had 22, I think, and missed a lot of time. That is something they need to do, and preferably he would bat righty. Preferably.
Rafael Devers hit 35 in a very, very, very unfriendly to hitter ballpark.
Tell that to Barry Bonds.
That's an outlier, and you know that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I started counting last night. I didn't get a good number, but I think like close to 20 teams had a 30 home run hitter. I thought it would be more. It didn't make drive my point home as much as I wanted to, but
Two thirds of baseball having a 30 home run hitter should drive your point home.
Okay, good. You agree. Yeah, dude. So there's a name out there, everyone. Pete Alonso declined his option.
He did. However, that just leaves the door for Steve Cohen to pay him a gross amount of money for a multi-year contract.
True. The issue with that is he didn't this past offseason. And Pete took a deal late in the season and then put up good numbers. So I'm hoping there's a little animosity there because you know what else they need? A first baseman that plays first base.
Yep. Well,
we love Casas here, but now it's starting to add up.
Again, to play devil's advocate, the Red Sox are completely invested in Casas at first base. Completely. That's why they didn't make a move this year besides Nate Lowe.
I get it. I get it. But when he played this year, he was not good.
He played like 15 games.
He played 29 games and he batted 182.
Okay. I mean, that's Tristan Casas' jam. He's not an April player.
Well, I'm just saying.
Pete
Alonso's out there.
I'm saying I understand that too. And I just I don't know why we're talking about the potential of them adding a 30 home run threat in a signing when we know that is over the past 5 years, that has not been something they want to do in the offseason.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I know. But you could look at the team and say, we are lucky that Aaron Boone took out a guy that was destroying us to set up Masataka Yoshida to drive in those runs. Because otherwise, you wasted an absolute ace on a capital A ace performance by Garrett Crochet in game one. And then you just get swept. But they made history, first team to win game one, lose the wild card series.
Hooray.
So here's what's happening in a couple weeks. Alex Bregman has to decide on his option, which I think he will stay because he had a bad second half. And he just has an option after next season.
Yeah, I don't think Alex Cora is going anywhere.
Did I say Cora? I meant Bregman. I think I said Bregman.
You did say Cora.
Oh, well, Bregman. Bregman had a bad second half, and I don't think he's going to leave because of that.
Oh, shit. I think he's gone for sure.
You do?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, that hole just got a lot bigger.
Tears in his eyes yesterday as they lost, said he loved everybody that he played with, and he's only thinking about this game right now. His contract stuff is going to come later, which to me means
they didn't do enough.
They didn't do enough, or I'm not going to stay here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping the bad second half doesn't, unless he opts out and the Red Sox are like, we liked you. It's not going to be 40 a year, but let's work on something.
The Bregman that I thought we were going to see in the playoffs, granted it was only 3 games, was not the guy who showed up.
No, it wasn't. And that quad injury changed him. It lingered the whole second half of the season.
So if you want to root cause it, you've thrown away your 28-year-old power hitting middle of the lineup guy for a 1-year rental on a guy who cratered after he got hurt before the All-Star break.
Yep. But he was happier in the clubhouse.
Okay. Maybe I hope he continues that happiness to whatever team he plays for in 2026.
Uh, so we mentioned Giolito has a mutual option. We'll see how that goes.
Yep.
Honestly wouldn't be surprised if either team didn't pick it up, but it's 19 million, so I could see the Red Sox saying that's worth it. But he might be like, well, it depends. If
I was
this
gonna say
elbow
he
thing,
might just be like, no.
well,
Um,
yeah, but
I
he
think
also might be like,
Giolito has a better chance to come back than Bregman does.
unless that MRI shows something bad and the Red Sox say, thank you for your service.
Maybe. I mean, but at the same time, they had Patrick Sandoval on the roster all year, knowing that he was going to get hurt. Like I don't know. I don't know that, but it's
Yeah, but
certainly,
Sandoval's on the roster next year, and Giolito, I
yeah, I
guess
get what you're saying.
Sandoval's kind of the same boat because he's just a free agent in 2017 or 2027 also. Uh, Liam Hendricks, I feel like is done.
Yeah, that sucked. He never really
Mutual
got it.
option.
And then when he did get a chance, he wasn't very good.
Yeah. He's just the I gotta say I like mutual options on guys with injury history because you can kind of be like, now you did okay, you did good like Giolito, but now you scare us again because elbow discomfort is like the worst discomfort. And uh Liam Hendricks, it's like, okay, you just never got it. You don't want to. I'd be afraid of like a $12 million Liam Hendricks player option because that he's picking that up. And then guys coming off the books, Steven Matz, which was
Hmm.
just a rental, Justin Wilson, Rob Refsnyder, Dustin May. And then how about these for names coming off the books, Jack? Walker Bueller has a mutual option. I can guarantee the Red Sox won't be picking that up.
He is already off the team, Tom. He was cut.
Players no longer on the roster or in the organization that are owed money, Walker Bueller is one of them because they just cut him. He cleared waivers, got DFA'd, and then the Phillies picked him up. So that contract is still the Red Sox. He
For
got paid
next
by
year too.
well, it's a mutual option. So
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm guessing he's not coming back.
yeah, Michael Fulmer, maybe you forgot he was on the roster.
I sure did.
Abraham Toro, the Bull, he had a
Again, didn't
moment in
he
May.
clear waivers and go DFA?
Yeah, these are guys, but they had to get paid the rest of
Oh,
the
okay.
season.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then, Jack, $13.6 million is getting cleared up from Eric Hosmer. That was a bad trade.
Yeah, it was.
Um, but normally, who gives a shit about 13.6 for a like guy that's retired? That happens like I think Manny was on the books until 2 years ago. But
And he has 500 home runs, a World Series
yeah,
MVP.
but I'm saying Hosmer at 13 is a lot for this team now. It used to
Yeah.
not be.
Well, Tom, they operate like they're within a salary cap, and I think it's an internal salary cap
Mm-hmm.
that they don't want to go over a number. But I mean, yeah, 13.6 for Eric Hosmer seems big because you know as well as I do that they're not the uh 2004 Red Sox of being like, all right, I'm gonna spend a ton of money and we're gonna go out and get whoever we need. It's not like that anymore. It's let's get guys we think can be flexible and excel in matchups.
Yeah. I don't understand Duran's contract because he has an $8 million club option, but then he's still arbitration eligible the next 2 years after that in 27, 28. I don't know how that works, but I'm sure they'll pick that up. I don't know, Jack. That's it. Exit interview done. Season done. Now I shift my allegiance to the Blue Jays, and if their Yankees advance, to whoever they play then, and then if they advance again, to the Dodgers, because they'll play them in the World Series.
So what was the next question? I thought we were doing the 4 eliminated teams.
Yeah, we are. So let's start with the Reds, who the Dodgers made quick work out of. It's cool they made it, but they're the Reds. They had a $119 million payroll. They have an awesome manager who always takes his teams to the playoffs, and Terry Francona. They have Ellie De La Cruz. They have Hunter Green, who got beat up by said Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani. So
Especially.
yeah, they lose Nick Martinez, Emilio Pagan, Wade Miley. What? Zach Littell, who is their game 2 starter, Miguel Andujar. But I don't know. I'm way more invested in the Red Sox to know like what's going on with like the Connolly Earlys and Peyton Tolleys of the world. So that division, if the Cubs aren't going to sign Kyle, no, what's his name? Why am I blanking on Kyle Tucker? I was right. That division can be very open again.
I don't know about that.
Well, the Brewers keep doing it, but
Yeah.
are they gonna keep doing it? I don't know.
Brewers had the most wins in the entire major leagues.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know. You could have 3 pitching injuries from the Brewers, and then all of a sudden they lost their superpower.
Sure, you could say that about anybody.
Yeah,
But I like the Reds though. They have young talent. Hunter Green, Chase Burns is 22, and he made a lot of noise as their top prospect coming up this year. I think they're good. I don't think anybody picked them to win against the um, Dodgers, but like there's a ton of good talent on this team, and they're all pretty young. Ellie De La Cruz is only 23, and he played in 162 games this year.
that's every one, unless you're Rafael Devers, who played in 163. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. That's fun.
Because of the trade, he played an extra game.
That is fun.
Uh, yeah, I mean, it was cool that they inched out the Mets and made the playoffs. They haven't won, I saw a playoff game. I think it was since 2010 or 2012 against the Giants. They won one game and lost the division round 3-1. That's tough.
Hmm.
Next up, the Guardians, who just had a hell of a run. Stephen Vogt might be a very good manager. They're losing Jacob Junis and Austin Hedges, and Lane Thomas. But the rest of the team's sticking there, based off of
Another
like,
pretty good young team. Like, I mean, next year they should have Emmanuel Clase back.
yeah,
Maybe, maybe delete that app off his phone. Um,
yeah. They have $102 million payroll, and the thing with them is they have a very cheap owner. You might know
hmm,
him as James Dolan of the New York Knicks. But he should be
gotcha.
able to throw more money in because he has a sphere in Las Vegas.
Uh,
Is
I
it
don't
him or is it the
necessarily know how
family?
billionaires allocate their wealth. Um, but sometimes baseball isn't the priority. Uh, again, I think we talk about him. We do a good job. Me and you do a good job of bringing up how good Jose Ramirez is.
That's
But he's
Paul
the most
Dolan. He
underrated
died.
superstar in baseball and has been for quite some time now.
Yeah. Yep. It's one of those things where I hate the get this guy in a bigger market because they're successful. He
Hmm.
has played in the World Series. He's played in multiple playoffs. This thing with people like your Mike Trouts or who else like I can't even think of someone else like him. Is the team sucks consistently. If it Who cares about the market if they make the playoffs all the time? Look at Giannis. He plays in Milwaukee. But everyone knows how good he is and who he is because the team wins. So I think I'm a little sick of Sean McDonough and Todd Frazier going, this is the most underrated guy in the majors. It's like I think I think people that watch baseball know who Jose Ramirez is.
Yeah, sure.
He's quiet. He signed a team friendly deal to stay with the same team. That doesn't happen often.
Nope.
But otherwise, every year the Guardians are kind of just like oatmeal to me. And they're good, but never like good enough. Emmanuel Clase gives up the homers to Judge, and that's just kind of how it goes. I was surprised
I
they lost to the Tigers. I'll be honest.
I
I thought they had the Tigers number.
I would say that um I I would be out of everybody that got bounced, I would be more surprised of the Guardians to make the playoffs again next year of the four teams, or maybe the Reds, I guess. But
Hmm. It's definitely one of those central teams. Maybe even the Tigers. The Tigers might have missed it. What if what if Tarek Skubal goes from an A plus pitcher to an A minus pitcher? He's still really good, but he's just not arguably the best pitcher in baseball anymore. And that means like 3 or 4 less wins. You know?
mhm.
They missed a chance to they were gonna have home field advantage throughout the playoffs at the begin like for the first half of the season. And then they made it in on the second to last day. So they're a team that you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't make it. And then the final team eliminated is the Padres, who just can't get over the hump every single year. But they still next year will have Machado, Bogarts, Tatis Jr., Joe Musgrove. He got hurt, right?
Jackson Merrill.
Jackson Merrill, who I love. Yu Darvish. Michael King has a mutual option. He was hurt a lot, so I wonder where that goes. Robert Suarez was an incredible closer. And then Luis Ariz, Dylan Cease, Nestor Cortez, who cares? Ryan O'Hearn are all free agents. Jose Iglesias.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, Jake, the Crone Zone, uh, they're a good team. They play in an unfortunate division with the Dodgers, who don't care about money. Like they're
yeah.
just like, oh yeah, whatever, we'll pay you.
And
Um,
and they lost their owner died this year or last year and he
mhm.
didn't really care about money, but now it's new owners like children come in and it's a whole thing.
Yep. Uh, Fernando Tatis played in 155 games, and he went 25 homers, 30. I still think there's more there. Like I just still think he's not even at his potential. I know he's 26, but I feel like there's still room for improvement on Fernando Tatis, and I'm saying that because he did have the 2021 season where he hit 42 homers, and then he got popped for PEDs, which could be it, but
Yeah, he was a 6 WAR player again though. He got back up to 6 WAR. He had the 3 and 4 season after getting popped. And yeah, I mean for him, just stay healthy. I like him. I think he's great. I think Machado being in San Diego is kind of along the lines everyone likes to say is like, don't forget how good this guy is. But he gets the chance because they make the playoffs every year. I feel like they're just like, obviously everyone would say this, but they're like a Crochet or a Scooble or pick a Dodgers pitcher. You know, that top pitcher away from really going deep.
yeah, I would say that. I mean, if they had let's say a Cy Young candidate on their roster again.
I mean,
Could
they
you give
did
us one
have
of
Blake
those games?
Snell.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Granted, he
but
got hurt this year, but it is funny to be like,
oh yeah,
what
but he
they
won the
need. They
Cy.
need something.
They won the second Cy Young or Snell won it with the Giants last year, right?
Was it the Giants or the Dodgers or the Padres?
I thought he won with the.
It might have been with the Giants. You might be right.
I thought it was, because he pitched one season there.
Yep. And then he went. Yeah, you're right.
Let's see, Cy Young. Oh no, what?
Yep.
Yeah, it
No,
was
it
the
was
Padres.
yeah, it was two years ago with the Padres.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah. He is the all-time career leader in strikeouts per 9 innings. Blake Snell. Did you
Okay.
know that? That's
I
insane.
did not know that.
Let's see. Okay, let's pick the next round. Starting with the Yankees and Blue Jays. I think that's the first game, if I'm not mistaken.
Tom, let me be very clear with you and our audience. I'm going to
Go
need
ahead.
the Blue Jays to win, and I'm going to need the Blue Jays to win so decisively that it
Oh,
it really shocks everybody who was cheering as loudly as possible in the last three games in Yankee Stadium. Fernando Cruz,
oh,
is it?
thank you.
Um, that I needed him. I needed Fernando Cruz in my life, Tom, because I love Aaron Judge. I kind of like Max Fried a lot. I've never hated Giancarlo Stanton. And Jazz Chisholm is annoying with his Aaron Boone level of complaining about the strike zone, but I dig him. I
Oh,
needed somebody to hate on the Yankees, and I hate Fernando Cruz now. As a person, sure, he's great. As a Yankees pitcher, I need him to have an 11 ERA for the rest of his career.
he, you've never seen a reaction to a 102 mile an hour exit velocity that goes 400 feet.
410-foot flyout with the bases loaded.
The only thing I can remember is Brusdar Graterol did a very similar thing in the 2020 World Series after Cody Bellinger robbed a home run. He threw his hat, he screamed, he yelled, and the Rays called him out on it. The Rays were like, "The fuck are you, Cody Bellinger? You just blew this game." And Cody Bellinger saved your ass. That was obnoxious. And obviously, I want the Blue Jays to win. I I need it. So I'm gonna pick them. Because honestly, I also think they are very good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think their bullpen's a little better. And then, yeah, the thing, and their lineup is longer than the Red Sox. Let's not forget this.
Yep.
The the lineup is going to have more success against the Yankees pitching. And they get three out of five at home. Got to deal with customs, the whole thing. All right. Brewers Cubs. This is actually the first game. I should have said that.
Having said that I like the Brewers and that the Central may not be as wide open, the Cubs are hot, man. And it's tough for these teams that get hot and play in the wild card, or it's tough for teams that get the bye and have to play the hot team coming into the wild card. Now, granted, they have to go to Milwaukee, whom they've played before, but again, I think I love Seiya Suzuki, man. And I just think the Cubs are hot right now, so I'd say the Cubs right now.
I'm going to go with the Brewers because Peralta, Priester, Quintana, and Woodruff are just better than what the Cubs have.
Mm-hmm.
And is Sal Frelick just going to continue to be the like David Ortiz with his clutchness? Or I mean Bryce Terang. Bryce
Yeah.
Terang, the second baseman. That's what. Plus, I mean, I'm picking this because I think they're going to win, but I always root for funky situations when the Red Sox are out. So give me the Brewers. I mean, my dream is Brewers Mariners. Not baseballs. My
Sure.
dream is Brewers Mariners for a World Series. So I will pick the Brewers there. Okay, and now Mariners and Tigers, Jack.
I'm sorry. I thought you were saying something to me. Mariners,
No,
Tigers.
sorry. Yeah.
Again, Tom, if I'm looking for the exact same thing as you. I want the ALCS to be Seattle and Toronto. Just give it to me. I like the Tigers. I like Tarek Skubal a bunch. But give me Cal Raleigh mashing big taters in the ALCS.
Uh I just said I want that too. So, but also I just think the Mariners are a better team than the Tigers, and the Tigers were
Sure.
awful in the second half. I think moves like getting Randy Arozarena at the trade deadline. Now he's been there the whole year.
Yep.
Obviously Raleigh. But they just got guys like JP Crawford. He's gonna get you a single. He's
You
gonna
know what he's going to do? You know what JP Crawford's going to do more than anything?
play
Catch the
incredible
baseball.
defense. Yeah. Julio Rodriguez, who I already apologized. I was thinking he was a tier below, but he's not. He is a guy, and he's awesome. And then we mentioned the pitching, and no one's mentioned much when it comes to the Mariners pitching. Andres Munoz, who throws 100 with like a 94-mile-an-hour slider as their closer. So I don't think the Tigers match him. And then,
Mm,
I mean, let's be serious, Jack. This could just be the series of the playoffs.
yep.
The
You're
the Dodgers
not wrong.
at the Phillies.
Unfortunately for our weird scenarios, you're gonna get the Dodgers or the Phillies.
Right.
Like it's just inevitable.
Brewers are going or Cubs are going to have to beat the Dodgers or the Phillies.
If I could lay this out, and I know you're not gonna like this. If we could just have complete and utter domination from Shohei Ohtani throughout the entire league championship or league division series. That's all I want to see. I want to see him go completely like hit 600 during a playoff series and win the game that he starts on Saturday. How long Dave Roberts will let him go, obviously, is a Dave Roberts thing, but I want to see the Dodgers just because the potential of Shohei Ohtani going um off, being 100% healthy and going off is something I want.
So what's that for your pick?
The Dodgers.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Something magic about Philly in October recently. Um,
Not really.
well, I mean they made the World Series once, and the crowd's always juiced.
You
But
can say that about all the crowds are going to be juiced.
yeah, if the LA fans show up in the first inning. Um, the thing I would say is I don't like that Zach Wheeler's not there. And the Dodgers got healthy, including Roki Sasaki in the bullpen at the right time. So I'm going to pick the Dodgers, but I think the Phillies' chance of winning is higher than people expect. The Phillies were a wagon. They just lapped the AL East.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it. I think we pick that. No, we were different on the Cubs and Brewers. I think that was the only difference. Okay. All right. So this all starts Saturday, and there's 4 games on Saturday, so buckle up. And Sunday with football and baseball playoffs. Get your screens out. Jack, I will talk to you probably Monday after the Patriots. And we'll probably have to break in with a little baseball news if something crazy happens. Maybe a quick
Yeah.
update.
Very
Like when
sad to not have the Red Sox anymore.
yeah.
At times like this, I just kind of fully get invested in the Patriots. But, I think listeners of this podcast know that I'm not necessarily super convinced of the Patriots yet. I need to see it. If they have a great showing on Sunday night, who knows? That'll do a lot for me.
Are we worried that they let go of Mac Jones too soon after last night's game?
I think that the Mac Jones backup quarterback, first off, it's a Thursday night, so don't ever read too much into a Thursday night performance. And
Second one of the
second
year.
off, what you can glean from Mac Jones's game and successful wins this year in both, he beat New Orleans, I think, which is a bad team, and then last night he beat the Rams. Uh, that Matt Patricia isn't a good offensive coach. And the situation Bill Belichick drafted Mac Jones in was almost made for a rookie quarterback to fail in.
People are saying that.
Oh, are they?
I think that was said a lot from 22 to 25. But I was just kidding. I don't think he's really the answer. But Jack, you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you Monday.
All right, Tommy. Bye-bye.